Today I'm joined by Michael Williams, who is General Counsel for the American Suppressor Association, and he is going to walk y'all through the mechanical aspects of suppressor, how it works, and how the American Suppressor Association believes that it can be utilized to assist hunters in the field, particularly in the state of Michigan. So Michael, what are we looking at right here?
Well, Dakota, here we've got a 30 caliber suppressor. This is a suppressor that'll fit on most of your common hunting caliber rifles. And basically what a suppressor is a metal tube within which there are a series of baffles. And what the baffles do...
And what would a baffle be? Is that something inside the tube? How does that work?
That's exactly right. It's something inside the tube that is angled either towards or away from where the bullet's traveling. And the purpose of the baffle is to catch the gases that are expanding at the end of the muzzle and allow them to cool and expand in a controlled environment and thereby lessen the sound signature of the weapon.
So Michael, this particular suppressor is manufactured by the largest suppressor manufacturer in the country. If I wanted to know what the decibel level reduction of this suppressor was, would I be able to find that information?
There's no way to know that, Dakota. The way this particular company puts out their data, they give an overall decibel level for the weapon in a specific configuration, but there's no actual specific decibel reduction rating that it's given to.
So if I were to purchase this suppressor, I wouldn't know the extent to which it reduces decibel for my particular firearm. And as you said earlier, I think it was important, this can be affixed to multiple 30 caliber rifles, correct?
Absolutely. It can be affixed to any caliber that's 30 calibers or less, so it can fit on several different types of firearms, and there would be vast differences in the actual decibel reduction between those different systems.
Okay, and I know you've done this a lot, Michael, in talking about suppressors and their utility for sportsmen in particular. What do you see are the largest benefits or most significant benefits for individuals who use suppressors?
So the biggest benefit for sure is going to be the reduction in hearing loss and the reduction in decibels to get the level of sound down somewhere in the safe zone, so that we don't have hunters and hunting dogs and potentially children who are out with hunters losing their hearing because they're firing these weapons.
And are there any other benefits that are ancillary to that reduction? I guess the way that the baffles work to reduce the noise. Do we see other benefits associated with that?
Absolutely. Another one of the major benefits is you're going to see a pretty significant decrease in recoil on the guns when you're shooting them.
Does that have any effect on accuracy and especially getting youth involved in the hunting sport?
Absolutely. Particularly for youth, a gunshot is very, very loud, and also the kick is something that really is hard to get used to. So when you can reduce that by 30 to 40, 50%, it really gets those kids less scared of the rifle when they're shooting it. You've got increased accuracy because of less muzzle flinch and just better overall shots.
Okay, and we are going to be able to shoot these today, right?
Absolutely.
All right, well, let's get to it. So Michael, we're about to shoot, but anytime you're about to shoot, even with the suppressor, it's important that you have eyes and ears protection. Can you tell me why you would still need ear protection when utilizing a suppressor?
Absolutely, because even though suppressors are approximately as effective as earplugs or earmuffs at reducing the sound of a gunshot, that's still not necessarily getting you below the 140 decibel threshold above which OSHA says you should not be exposed to noise levels at any point.
Okay, so let's get our eyes and ears and get ready to shoot.
Let's do it.
So first we'll be shooting a 22 caliber long rifle. We'll be shooting 3 rounds unsuppressed and then 3 rounds suppressed. Unfortunately, we were not able to obtain subsonic ammunition for this particular demonstration, but I don't think that will have a significant impact on what we're attempting to demonstrate. So the next firearm we will be shooting is a 223. We'll be shooting 3 rounds with it unsuppressed, followed by 3 rounds suppressed. So that concludes our demonstration, Michael. Before we go, it is important to note that if enacted, this regulation change would only apply to legally possessed suppressors in the state of Michigan. So how does one become a legal possessor of a suppressor?
You're absolutely right. So the process for purchasing a suppressor is actually a fairly lengthy and involved one that requires me to go into the store, purchase my suppressor, and submit paperwork to the ATF, which includes fingerprints and passport photos. The ATF will then take my application and run me through several background check databases, and it'll take approximately 4 to 6 months for me to get the paperwork back. I then pay a $200 tax stamp to the ATF for each suppressor that I purchase, and I can't take the suppressor from the store until I get that paperwork back.
And would you say, and this is a lengthy process as you just stated, would you say that that's one of the reasons that we very rarely see unlawful use of suppressors?
That's absolutely right. Anybody who's going to go through the hassle and go through all this process is somebody who is a law-abiding citizen and who's not interested in going out and doing illegal things with these items.
Well, thank you all for taking the time to watch this video demonstration. We hope it's been educational for the purposes that it was intended. And we hope that come Thursday that you will vote to enact to repeal Conservation Order 2.1 subsection 6 and to allow the legal use of suppressors while hunting in the state of Michigan.